Welcome back. Today I'm discussing a topic that affects a lot of us: toxic productivity. We live in a world that often glorifies being busy or being a hustler. But here's the thing: pushing yourself to the brink of exhaustion and sacrificing your mental and physical health in the name of productivity is not sustainable and, ironically, not very productive. When you feel like you can't even unwind with some reading after a long day, if it's not with a pen in your hand, you're not being productive. You are hurting yourself. Toxic productivity refers to the unhealthy pursuit of productivity at all costs. It's the belief that your worth is solely determined by what you produce, be it blog posts, code, YouTube videos, podcasts, whatever. You become trapped in a never-ending cycle of overwork, perfectionism, burnout. Toxic productivity can lead to feelings of constant pressure, guilt, and this ultimately undermines your well-being. It means feeling like you can never relax, never just do stuff because it feels fun or relaxing. I see 3 ways to sort of combat toxic productivity. And that would be by, embracing balance and self-care, setting boundaries, and trying to cultivate some mindfulness and presence. Embracing balance means accepting that rest and self-care and your mental well-being are actually essential components of true and healthy productivity. Taking breaks are not sign of laziness. This is something else I've run up to again and again in the productivity sphere. It seems that rest and relaxation should be driven by the same scheduled busyness as work. You need jiu-jitsu class on Tuesday, a reading group on Wednesday, chess practice on Thursday, and let's not forget about socialization. Schedule in at least 3 meetings, get-togethers every week. Doesn't matter if your friends feel like it or not. They don't know the grind anyways. Make them socialize with you. That's not downtime, at least not for this introverted goblin. What you need is unscheduled downtime where you just do what feels good in the moment. If you have a healthy, productive life, an hour of video games won't kill you and it won't stop your grind. And what about boundaries? Well, in my video about filters in Todoist, I spoke briefly about setting up filters that would show you your work tasks when you were at work, and vice versa, only your personal tasks when you were at home. This is a great way to start breaking free from the cycle of being always on. If you're self-employed, this is even more important. It's easy for work and personal life to blend together, keeping you in this toxic productivity loop. I like Cal Newport's idea of a shutdown ritual to prepare you for leaving work mode. It can be a way to feel like you've finished with work and can leave that behind until the next morning. How your shutdown ritual looks is sort of up to you, but Cal Newport mentions about setting some time aside to make sure you haven't forgotten anything you need to get done today, and sort of close down loops. But what you need to do one way or the other is to have boundaries between when you are working and when you are not. This is easier said than done, though, especially if your day is naturally fragmented. I get that, I have that, I live that. But try best to find some way to tell yourself that now I'm working and now I'm not. Another way to sort of try to get out of this loop, and this is sort of linked to self-care, that I would say that mindfulness can be another powerful way to combat toxic productivity. By cultivating awareness of the present moment, the here and now, we can better prioritize our tasks and focus on what truly matters. And by prioritize your task, I don't mean your actual tasks in Todoist or Obsidian or whatever. It's just like what you have in front of you right now. If you listen to your mind and your body, you'll have an easier time hearing that creaking sound of overwhelm before it hits you full force. Mindfulness allows you to enjoy the journey and appreciate your progress. By practicing mindfulness, it can get easier to focus on the road ahead rather than a perceived goal far away in the future. Try to take a few minutes to just sense what's around you and how your body feels. What kind of thoughts are you having right now? Is it drafty where you are? Is it hot? Is it cold? Is the sun making shadows in your room, or is it a gloomy day? Just try to experience the here and now from time to time to try and tune into your body's own signals. This means you can get ahead of burnout by feeling that, oh, I actually have to slow down today. I don't feel good. I don't have good thoughts. Sometimes you're stressed because you are on a time crunch. You have a deadline. In my opinion, it's fine to push yourself from time to time. It can be good to see sort of what you're made of. Do you have it in you to finish before this deadline? But this is not how you should live your life day to day. It's okay to have a project and then you sort of sprint at the end and then you relax. If you feel like this at the end of every day, you really need to take a step back, be mindful, set boundaries, find some balance, because otherwise you will burn yourself out in one way or another. So let's try to remember that your health and happiness are non-negotiable. By making room for self-care, doing your best to set boundaries and cultivate mindfulness, you can create a sustainable and fulfilling relationship with work and life. Because for some people, work is fun, but even too much fun can be stressful. Thank you for joining me today. Remember to show your support by liking and subscribing to stay updated on future content. And hey, why not take a break and enjoy some Pokemon? Trust me, it's a lot of fun.